welcome to the M2M event here in Romania. So what is machine to machine? So machine to machine actually can help any business in any industry to become more profitable, to have a competitive advantage, and to be more productive and to save cost. Right? If you look at it, we can use M2M in energy management. We can use machine to machine in telemedicine. We can also use it in fleet management, and that's a very large market here in Romania, to use machine to machine to make fleets more effective, to avoid traffic jams. So clearly, M2M is enhancing the value of your products by connecting machines. So what does this mean for you, and what does this mean for our customers? So we, as the market leader in M2M, we commissioned a market research with an independent consultant, and the result is the Vodafone M2M Adoption Barometer Report 2013. This report is publicly available on the Vodafone Internet, and you can go there and download the report. And I'm here today to share some of the key results with you, and they are quite interesting. So in this report, we interviewed more than 300 decision makers globally. So we talked to people in the Americas, we talked to people in Europe, and obviously also in Asia. We covered all customer segments. We talked to decision makers in smaller companies, medium-sized companies, even to the largest multinational corporates, and asked them, hey, what do you think about M2M? What are the drivers? Why do you implement machine to machine? And also, what are the barriers? So what keeps you awake at night, when you think about machine to machine? What is preventing you from implementing even more machine to machine solutions? And we also looked into the 5 key vertical markets that we see in machine to machine. So it's really a very comprehensive research study with quite interesting results. So look at this, and that should make all of us extremely happy, because the outcome of that is that by 2015, so in only 2 years from today, more than half of the businesses will have implemented machine to machine. So isn't that great, right? So our customers, and they're also your customers, they will have adopted machine to machine, and more than 50% of them will implement an M2M solution in the next 2 years. So that's really a great result, and I think, not many industries can have such a statement. So it's really a very attractive and promising future we are looking into. We also asked, what are the key drivers that you implement an M2M solution? And here we can differentiate between proactive drivers, such as cost savings by automating manual processes, or process and productivity improvements. But we also have more reactive drivers that push machine to machine in all sorts of applications. And one key driver certainly is the declining cost in implementing an M2M solution. And if you just look at the hardware cost, when you implement or when you use an M2M module in your application, this hardware cost, the chipsets, they came down tremendously over the last 5 to 10 years. And now it becomes really feasible from a business case perspective to put an M2M module, M2M technology in any type of machine. Just let me give you an example, right? 5 years ago, an M2M module, which is the little hardware that you put into any device, the cost was around 50 euros. So this came down to around 10 euro today, and even lower depending on the type of module you select. So this really shows that now the business case becomes feasible to put M2M in all sorts of devices, even for products which have a lower value. The other reactive reason why you implement machine to machine is legislation, for example. So governments all around the place, they mandate solutions that require machine-to-machine technology. So for example, in Europe, there's a strong push to save energy consumption, to make the planet and the region more greener, to reduce CO2 emission. And therefore, smart metering is a key theme in machine-to-machine because it requires that electricity meters, gas meters are equipped with a SIM card so that you can remotely and continuously monitor and read out electricity consumption or gas consumption from individual households or businesses. We also asked what are the barriers and obstacles preventing you from implementing an M2M solution. And here we need to differentiate, right? So you have a category of people or customers that have implemented M2M already. So these are the post-adoption pioneers, right? They have experience with machine-to-machine. We have the mid-adoption, the fast followers, and we have the pre-adoption, the embryonic customers. So that the obstacles differentiate from where you are on your journey in machine-to-machine. So in embryonic, the key obstacle is the high level of investment required to implement an M2M solution, right? So therefore, we need to show the customers the benefits of machine-to-machine and how you can do a business case and the return of investment. Then the fast followers, they are very concerned about security. So we need to tell them by implementing an M2M solution based on the GSM technology using a SIM card is actually very secure, right? Because companies such as Vodafone, boy, we invest a lot of money every year to make our SIM cards even more secure, to develop new authentication and encryption mechanisms to really make it impossible to hack the SIM card and to increase security of that. And for the pioneers, they struggle with the lack of understanding of the M2M benefits. And that goes through all the categories. So we as an industry, we need to much better and spend more time on educating the market and explain the benefits and use cases of machine-to-machine more clearly. And I think there are plenty of good use cases out there which we can use as a reference case and to take that to our customers and convince them to invest in machine-to-machine and show them the return of investment. When you start implementing an M2M solution, you have a certain expectation. So what will be the results, or what do I get out of machine-to-machine? And the prime expectation was really to get cost savings with 45%. But then once you implemented an M2M solution, actually the key benefit you got, or as a customer, is faster decision making. And that's really interesting. I mean, we are living in a really fast-moving world, right? The pace with business move along, competition, our customers, is increasing every day. So it's a huge benefit if we can make our customers better and faster in their decision-making process. Because if you make better and faster decisions, you know, you can outpace your competition. And that's a huge advantage. Now let's move on to Vodafone and our machine-to-machine business we have. So we said, well, what's the vision? You know, what gets us out of bed every morning? And clearly, our vision is to connect every machine to transform lives and businesses. So this is my personal device here. It's an e-reader, and Amazon is one of our customers. So in this device is a Vodafone M2M SIM card. And if you don't work for Vodafone or for the industry, so you probably won't know it, right? But, so first of all, we together with Amazon, we transform their business, because this now opens a lot of new services to Amazon. So they can now offer download of books and other content to their customers independent on where they are. So you don't have to be connected to a Wi-Fi or a cable to your computer. I mean, you can just use the Vodafone network across the world to download the latest book or the latest newspaper from your hometown, right? Easy. It also transformed the lives of people. But roughly 5 years ago, Vodafone identified that this is a huge market opportunity for the company. Specifically, M2M is international, it's a global business. And Vodafone, as the largest mobile network operator in the world, is perfectly positioned to drive this market, to innovate the market, and to become a leader in this market. And as a result, Vodafone invested significant amount of money and effort and resources into making machine-to-machine a world-class business within Vodafone. And it's a key strategic growth initiative for Vodafone. And we will continue to invest in this business. Our core strategy, our core objective is to become the leader in managed M2M communications. And here, we have a comprehensive offering, and I'll talk about that in more detail later on. And this is the core, this is our DNA for our business. But we also have 3 other components that add to that strategy. And these are all very relevant for the Romanian market in particular. So the first one is fixed line M2M services. So what we want to do, and we started with that 6 months ago, that we want to combine mobile and fixed line connectivity to offer a comprehensive suite of connectivity options to our customers. Right? For example, you operate video surveillance cameras. So at some places you might have a fixed line connection, so you might want to use that. In other places, it'll be just too costly and too cumbersome to connect the camera to a fixed line. So therefore you put a SIM card into it and you use the 3G or even LTE network here in Romania. And you can get that from a single source, Vodafone. One contract, one contact person, very simple, very easy. The second thing is that although machine-to-machine has a lot to do with businesses and B2B, and we work a lot with enterprise customers, but going forward, machine-to-machine will also move into the consumer space. And the Amazon Kindle is just one case. Right? So in the future, you will also have a tracking device or a smart watch you give to your children, so you see where they are, did they arrive safely at the school, and so on. So we expect that machine-to-machine over time will also move into the consumer space, and therefore we are developing solutions also for this market. And thirdly, connected M2M products. So this is also a key strategic initiative for us to develop together with our partners globally and locally complete solutions to serve our customers, where we combine hardware, our connectivity, and application software and services. Based on that vision and strategy, we developed our offer. And the offer has 6 components.